The magic behind the mirror. In a small village surrounded by dense forests, there was an old house inhabited by Grandma Siti. The house was filled with antiques and memories of the past. Inside, a teenager named Lina was exploring the dusty attic, searching for something interesting. Lina was a 16-year-old girl with long brown hair and bright green eyes. She was known as an intelligent and curious child. Since she was little, Lina had always been fascinated by the magical stories told by her grandmother. She had a high adventurous spirit and was not afraid to explore new things. Grandma Siti, on the other hand, was a wise and loving figure. With her white hair and wrinkles on her face, she had a calming aura. Grandma Siti often reminded Lina about the dangers of magic and the powers that ordinary humans could not comprehend. Lina shifted a pile of old items in the attic and discovered a large mirror covered in dust. The mirror had an intricate wooden frame, adorned with strange carvings. Lina felt drawn to it and wiped the dust off the surface of the mirror. Lina, whispering, "What are you hiding, old mirror?" As she looked into the mirror, Lina was shocked to see her own reflection, but something was strange. Her reflection seemed to move slower than she did. Lina felt a strange vibration within her, as if the mirror was calling her. After finding the mirror, Lina ran to Grandma Siti, who was sitting in the living room knitting. Lina excitedly shared her discovery. "Lina, Grandma, I found a big mirror in the attic. It looks so old and mysterious." Grandma Siti looked at Lina seriously, putting down her knitting needle. "Grandma Siti, that mirror is not just any mirror, Lina. It is a mirror that possesses magical powers. Many have been trapped within it, and not everything that appears in it is the truth." Lina felt a little scared, but her curiosity was greater than her fear. Lina, "But Grandma, I want to know more about it. What can the mirror show?" Grandma Siti, "Be careful, my dear. Magic can be a friend, but it can also be an enemy. Do not let your curiosity lead you down a dangerous path." That night, Lina couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about the mirror and what it might show. Carefully, she decided to return to the attic and look at the mirror again. As she stood in front of the mirror, Lina felt a tension in the air. She reached out to touch the surface of the mirror, and suddenly her reflection began to tremble. Lina was startled and stepped back, but her curiosity pushed her to stay. Lina, whispering, "What are you hiding?" The mirror began to shimmer, and Lina saw a faint image within it. She saw the figure of a witch with sharp eyes and a mysterious smile. Lina felt captivated, but also sensed a deep fear. With a mix of fear and curiosity, Lina promised herself to find out more about the mirror and the powers within it. She did not know that this decision would change her life forever. After a night filled with tension, Lina could not erase the memory of the witch she had seen in the mirror. Her curiosity burned even more, and she felt that something greater was waiting to be uncovered. She decided to dig deeper into the mirror and the powers it possessed. The next morning, Lina went to the village library, where she often spent time reading books about magic and legends. She searched for books that discussed mirrors and ancient magic. Lina, whispering to herself, "I have to find information about that mirror. Maybe there's a way to understand it." After several hours of searching, Lina found an old book titled Magic and Mirrors: The Hidden Powers. She flipped through the pages and discovered information about mirrors that could show the past and the future, but could also be traps for those who were not careful. After gathering the information, Lina felt the need to share her findings with her friends, Rudy and Maya. She invited them to gather at her house. "Lina, Rudy, Maya, I found something very interesting about the mirror in the attic. We have to discuss it." Rudy, who was always curious and brave, immediately became interested. Meanwhile, Maya, who was more skeptical, looked hesitant. Maya, "But Lina, didn't your grandmother warn you about the dangers of that mirror?" Lina, "I know, but I feel like there's something important behind all this. We have to investigate it together." After discussing, they agreed to return to the attic that night. Lina explained her plan to use the mirror and see what it could show. Rudy, I'm ready. We can see what happens. Maybe we can discover something extraordinary. Maya, I still feel this is dangerous, but if you both go, I can't let you go alone. The three of them agreed to meet at Lina's house after sunset. Lina felt excited, but also a little anxious about what they might encounter. Night fell, and the three friends gathered in the attic. The atmosphere felt tense, and Lina could sense a strange vibration in the air. They stood in front of the mirror, and Lina began to speak. Lina, mirror, show us what you are hiding. As she spoke those words, the mirror began to shimmer, and the shadows within it started to move. Suddenly, they saw an image of a burning village with sounds of screams and chaos. Maya, terrified, what is that? Why does our village look like that? Rudy, we have to do something. This could be a bad omen. Lina felt pressured. She knew that what they were seeing was a dark future, and she felt responsible for preventing it. With the tension rising, Lina and her friends were determined to find out more about what they had seen and how to prevent the impending disaster. This episode ends with a growing sense of curiosity and tension, signaling that their adventure had just begun. Lina, Rudy, and Maya gathered at Lina's house to discuss what they had seen in the mirror. They sat at the table surrounded by books and notes they had collected. Lina, we need to find out more about what we saw. There might be clues in the book I found. Rudy, I agree. We can't just sit here and hope everything will be okay. Maya, but what if we can't stop it? What can we do? Lina sighed, feeling the weight of the responsibility on her shoulders. She knew they had to be brave in facing the reality. They decided to visit Grandma Siti for advice. Grandma Siti was sitting on the porch knitting when they arrived. Grandma Siti, what brings you here, my dear? Lina, Grandma, we saw something terrible in the mirror. We need to know more about magic and how to stop it. Grandma Siti looked at them seriously, sensing the tension in the air. Grandma Siti, magic has a way of testing us. If you want to fight the darkness, you must be ready to face the consequences. After speaking with Grandma Siti, Lina and her friends felt more motivated to learn more. They began planning a trip to the forest surrounding the village, where they believed there were magical places that could provide answers. Rudy, we need to find out about the witch trapped in the mirror. Maybe she can help us. Maya, but we have to be careful. We don't know what we'll encounter there. Lina nodded, feeling that they needed to unite and support each other. The night before their departure, Lina couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about what they might find in the forest. She felt a mix of fear and curiosity. Lina, whispering to herself, what will happen tomorrow? Will we find answers or get caught in a bigger problem? She gazed at the mirror, which now seemed more mysterious than ever. Lina knew that their journey had just begun, and greater challenges awaited them. This episode ends with rising tension, indicating that Lina and her friends were preparing to face a risky adventure. They were determined to learn more about magic and prevent the disaster that might come. The next day, they saw mysterious creatures attacking the village, and Lina, Rudy, and Maya felt compelled to find a way to stop the threat immediately. They returned to the attic to use the mirror and seek answers. The three friends gathered in front of the mirror, the atmosphere tense and hopeful. Lina took a deep breath and began to speak. Lina, mirror, show us what we must do to stop those creatures. The mirror began to shimmer, and the shadows within it started to move. They saw an image of the burning village and the rampaging creatures. However, amidst the chaos, they also saw the figure of the same witch that had appeared before. Suddenly, the witch spoke to them through the mirror. Witch, you must be brave. Only with courage and unity can you defeat the darkness threatening your village. Lina felt inspired and asked, what must we do? Witch, you must find the source of the creature's power. They are bound by a curse that can be broken with the true light from pure hearts. With the witch's guidance, they realized they needed to find the place where the creatures emerged. They rushed out of the house and headed to the village center, where they saw dark light gathering. "Rudy, we have to stop them before it's too late." They ran toward the source of the dark light, and when they arrived, they saw the creatures gathered around a large glowing stone. Lina, Rudy, and Maya united and used the magic they had learned. They began to chant the spells they found in the old book. Lina: "With the light from our hearts, we banish this darkness." The light from the three friends united and formed a powerful beam, illuminating the creatures. The creatures began to tremble and appeared to be in pain. Maya: "We're almost there. Keep going." However, the creatures fought back and tried to attack them. Rudy shouted, "Don't give up. We can do this." As the battle intensified, Lina realized they had to sacrifice something to defeat the creatures. She made a big decision. Lina: "I will use the power of the mirror to strengthen our spell." She ran back to the mirror and touched its surface. With the flowing magic, she directed energy to the mirror and recited the final spell. Lina: "Mirror, grant us the strength to defeat the darkness." The mirror shone with a bright light, and the beam spread throughout the village, banishing the creatures. With their united strength, the creatures were finally destroyed, and the village was saved from the threat. However, Lina felt a sense of loss because she had sacrificed the mirror that had been part of her adventure. This episode ends with a sense of relief and victory, but also with sadness over the sacrifice that had been made. Their adventure was not over, and new challenges might arise in the future. After resolving to stop the mysterious creatures attacking the village, Lina, Rudy, and Maya stood in front of the mirror, ready to seek answers. They knew that what they saw in the mirror could be the key to saving the village. As Lina spoke the words, the mirror began to shimmer and display a faint image. They saw the same witch as before, but this time the witch appeared clearer. Witch: "To defeat the darkness, you must find the strength within yourselves. Only with courage and friendship can you change your fate." Lina, Rudy, and Maya exchanged glances, feeling a new spirit rising among them. After seeing the image, they realized they needed to learn more about the magical powers that could help them. They decided to search for ancient artifacts that might provide them with additional strength. Lina: "We need to find artifacts that can help us. Maybe there's something in the forest that we can discover." Rudy: "I agree. We need to move quickly before the creatures attack again." The three friends set off toward the forest, where they believed the ancient artifacts were hidden. Along the way, they faced various obstacles, such as steep paths and small creatures trying to block their way. Maya: "Be careful. We don't know what awaits us ahead." Lina: "We have to stick together. We can get through this if we support each other." As they ventured deeper into the forest, they were suddenly attacked by a group of terrifying small creatures. Lina, Rudy, and Maya had to work together to fight them. Rudy: "Come on, let's attack together." Lina: "We have to unite. Don't let them separate us." The creatures attacked quickly, making terrifying sounds that sent chills down their spines. Rudy, who was always brave, stepped forward and used the magic they had learned to fight back. Rudy: "I'll distract them. You find a way to locate the ancient artifact." Maya, who was more skeptical, felt hesitant but knew they had no other choice. She nodded and followed Lina, who led them toward the place where they believed the ancient artifact was hidden. As they ran, Lina remembered the book they had found in the library. The book mentioned that the ancient artifact capable of stopping the creatures was hidden in a forgotten cave. Lina: "We have to find that cave. The ancient artifact might help us defeat them." They ran toward the dark and mysterious cave, with the sounds of the creatures growing closer. Inside the cave, the atmosphere felt cold and frightening. They searched among the large rocks and terrifying shadows. Suddenly, the creatures appeared in front of them, blocking the exit. Lina and Maya felt trapped, but Rudy did not back down. He stood in front of his friends, ready to protect them. Rudy, I won't let them hurt you. With incredible courage, Rudy used all the magic power he had. He unleashed a powerful energy, creating a shield to protect Lina and Maya. However, there were too many creatures, and Rudy began to run out of strength. Maya, Rudy, we have to find that artifact now. Lina, feeling pressured, searched for the ancient artifact inside the cave. She saw a shimmering light in the corner of the cave and ran toward it. As she approached, she found an old box made of gold, adorned with beautiful carvings. Quickly, Lina opened the box and discovered the shining ancient artifact. The artifact looked like a medal with a powerful magic symbol. Lina felt the energy flowing from the artifact, and she knew this was the key to stopping the creatures. Lina, I found it! Here it is, the ancient artifact. She raised the artifact high, and a strong light radiated from the medal. The creatures were startled and retreated, as if sensing the incredible power of the artifact. With the ancient artifact in hand, Lina, Rudy, and Maya reunited. They knew that with the power of the artifact, they could defeat the creatures and save the village. This episode ends with rising tension, indicating that their final battle awaited them ahead. After finding the ancient artifact with extraordinary power, Lina, Rudy, and Maya prepared to face the mysterious creatures threatening their village. The artifact, a shimmering medal made of ancient metal, was believed to summon magical powers that could defeat the darkness. The three friends gathered in a safe place, away from the chaos. They studied the newly found ancient artifact and planned a strategy to use it. Lina, we have to use this medal carefully. Its magical power is immense, and we can't control it if we're not focused. Rudy, we must unite. If we work together, we can defeat those creatures. Maya, remember, we're not just fighting for ourselves, but for the entire village. With burning spirit, they headed to the location where the mysterious creatures were gathering. As they arrived, the atmosphere became tense. The creatures stared at them with glowing red eyes, ready to attack. Lina raised the ancient artifact and recited the spell she had learned from the magic book. The medal began to shine with a strong light, radiating magical energy that shook the ground beneath their feet. Lina, with the power of this artifact, we call upon the light to banish the darkness. The light from the medal spread throughout the area, creating a protective shield around them. The creatures were startled and began to retreat, but they did not give up easily. The battle began. Lina, Rudy, and Maya worked together, using the magical power from the artifact to fight the creatures. Rudy used elemental magic to create fire that burned the creatures, while Maya summoned wind to fend off their attacks. Rudy, Lina, focus your energy on the medal. We need to combine our powers. Lina nodded and directed the medal toward the creatures. With one movement, she released a powerful wave of energy, destroying several approaching creatures. However, the creatures were growing in number and strength. They began to surround the three friends, and Lina felt herself running out of energy. In a critical moment, she remembered Grandma Siti's message about the power of friendship. Lina, we can't give up. We must unite. With renewed spirit, they combined their powers. The ancient medal shone brighter, and the light produced became so strong that it banished all the creatures of darkness. Finally, with one last attack, the light from the ancient artifact destroyed the creatures, and the village was saved. Lina, Rudy, and Maya fell to the ground, exhausted but relieved. They had successfully saved the village and defeated the darkness. Moral message: courage, friendship, and wisdom are the keys to overcoming challenges in life. Magic can be a powerful tool, but how we use it determines our fate.